Hello, everyone. Today we are going to go over the new write operations that were added to the Execute FileMaker Data API script step in the FileMaker 2024 release. Read and metadata were both operations that were already in the script step from past releases, but for this new release, they have also added in create, update, delete, and duplicate. So I'm going to walk you through this demo file and show you what's going on behind the scenes in the scripts as well. So a general overview of how this script step works is that it modifies records using the FileMaker Data API rather than a traditional way, and it returns the results to a specified location like a variable or a field, and it's going to do so as a JSON object. So packaging the results in a JSON object is going to allow for easier communication with other areas like web viewers, JavaScript, etc. So the first write operation that we're going to show is add. For this demo, we're going to be modifying records in a generic context table. So when you click each button, it's going to open up a popover that's going to have the fields that you can add, update, etc. So in this case here, we're going to enter in a first and last name, and those are the values that our new contact is going to have. So once I click this add button here, you'll see that it pops in here at the bottom. I'll go ahead and pull up the script as well. So each of these different operations are going to have the same kind of basic skeleton to them. So they're all going to have a JSON that you're going to need to set up. So I'll go ahead and open up this one. So each of them is going to start with this action at the top. You just need to change it for whatever operation you're doing. So in this case, since we are creating records, we put create in here. Create also requires an object called field data. And field data is just whatever the fields are that you want to add. So here we have first name and last name. And then it also has this layout here. And all it needs is a layout that is in the context of whatever table that you're using. So in our case, we are using the contacts context. So we need a layout that is using contacts. So a really easy way to ensure that this worked was to just grab whatever the current layout is that we are calling the script step from. Okay, now I will move on to update. So first up here, we have a record ID. So it's got our list of pre-existing record IDs here. Let's go ahead and change the one that we just created, this 16 here. We will call this new to contact to, just to show that it changed immediately. So when we click update here, as you can see down here, it changed both the first and the last name. So I'll go ahead and show the JSON object for update as well. So same basic premise where we're setting this JSON variable. So this time, the action that you put in is update. This also has some field data here, just like add did. All you have to do is just put in whatever the fields are that you want to be updating. This also requires that layouts here. Same thing, we're just calling whatever the current layout name is. And what's unique to update compared to create is that it also requires a record ID just so that it knows exactly which record that it needs to update. Moving on, we are now going to go to delete. All that delete needs is just a record ID. Let's go ahead and delete that new record that we just made. So you select your ID and click delete, and now it is gone. Let's go ahead and show the script for this one as well. Same thing here. We have to set up our JSON. The action for this one is going to be delete. It needs that layout again, and all it needs is to know which record ID it is that it's going to be deleting. So next we have duplicate. Duplicate is going to look very similar to delete. So all it needs is a record ID. Let's go ahead and do 13. And we click duplicate. And here we go. We have a new record with a different record ID, but it's got the same first name and last name as the record that we just duplicated, number 13. So here's what our JSON looks like for duplicate. The action for this one is duplicate. You need that layout name again and record ID. It is the exact same as delete, except it is duplicating instead of deleting. But all of the required pieces of the JSON are the same. So lastly, I'm going to show metadata. Now metadata was already in past releases, but I still figured it was worth showing anyways. So this one's a little different in that it's not going to have a popover like the rest. I instead am just having it go to a brand new layout and just directly showing you the JSON that it's going to return. So it's going to show the base tables across the entire file here and the names of them as well. This one's a little bit different from the others. It still requires the same action here. This time it's metadata, but there are a couple different options for this. So for tables, if you leave the string blank, it's just going to show you metadata across all of the tables. You can specify specific tables as well to narrow your results down. And you can also use layouts instead and grab pieces from individual layouts. So this covers everything for the new write operations in FileMaker 2024. Thank you for watching the video. If any of you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at DB Services and we would love to help you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.